when I hear you, it's like a wounded lens. And it's all really based on this person's gonna let me down. This person's gonna hurt me. I might get rejected. He might abandon me. She might abandon me. They might abandon me. I'm hearing all of these things happening in everything that you're saying.
And do you want to know what that looks like to me?
Please tell us.
Me living in reality. But like, not the delusion, and I feel like that's the thing.
Right.
The idea of the fairy tale life, the idea that someone's gonna be with you forever. To me, that is someone living for this dream that I don't think is an obtainable one. At the end of that dream, it'll be a nightmare. So to me, the idea that you find this one person, you stay with them forever, and they're the best thing since sliced bread, and all, to me, that's living in delusion.
But you know what? It's not though,
hold on though. All right, we're gonna have to double back into this conversation because there's been an update. There's been a part 2. Now, a couple of days ago, I did a review on the Decisions podcast, previously known as Horrible Decisions podcast. And they were doing a conversation with Sarah Fortnite. Now, y'all love that conversation because Sarah kept on hitting them with truth bomb after truth bomb after truth bomb. Matter of fact, let's roll a clip.
Most men are terrified of marriage. Why? Because they fear divorce. If you are marrying a woman that ultimately on a subconscious level is telling you that she does not choose you all the way, that there are caveats or conditions on the way that she chooses you, or because you made her sacrifice something that meant something to her, you think that's going to be the only thing you sacrifice in marriage?
I will tell you this flat out. I am not scared to lose a man. I am not scared to
That's
get divorced.
the problem.
And no, it's not.
That's the problem.
I will always choose myself.
That's the problem.
I will choose.
You choose your first, but not a man.
Always first. And then my kids, and then God. And I'm
There it is.
God come third?
Damn.
Let me tell you.
Where's my holy water? The Jezebel spirit is rife within this one. She said, me, kids, God. Now, what's actually funny about this post is that the ladies that are sitting up on the couch actually saw the piece of content. So you see Sarah up over here saying, appreciate the share. But then we also have, a bunch of people that's trolling. You'll see the different pictures. But then we also have, I believe this is the young lady that's on the right side of that couch. She says, so I'm going to hell because I'm not religious as the rest of y'all sinners, which is hilarious. And a fine straw man, if you will. No. I believe that if you put God third or fourth behind you as well as your children, I'm pretty sure that means that you are destined to the lake of fire. And you'll have some other folks that's in here. Yep, pretty much that's exactly what it means. Then I even commented in here, like, if your question is if you're going to hell, in a handbasket. Nevertheless, now at the end of their original video, they said they're going to come back for a part 2. And I found a part 2, and I'm a little bit confused because they got on the same outfits as part 1. Maybe it was just like a later part in the day. Nevertheless, we're going to go back in because Sarah continued to throw more truth bombs their way. So let's check it out. Without further ado.
Literally crumble my life.
So here's a question, and I don't want to ask it about you because I don't want to make it personal to you. But
no, please do, because I ain't talking about you bitches. Like, that's another thing. When I talk, a lot of people be like thinking I'm generalizing or talking for someone.
Yeah.
When I say what I want, it's because this is what I
just don't want to put your business out.
Oh, girl,
Okay, you wrote a book about your business.
I was about to say,
I ain't even talking about that type of business.
Baby.
Because for me, when I'm listening to you, because
I'm sorry, I just peeped the name of the book. No Holes Barred is a wild title. You nasty.
Here's the thing, Mandy, I haven't known you long, but you are always high-ass energy. You feel good. You're kind. You're yourself.
And
you're
I've never taken
unapologetic.
Adderall.
And you, no, I love that.
That's not funny.
I like you have such a good vibe. And then also
Negative about men.
So when I hear you talk, I hear wounds. So for me, when I hear you, it's like a wounded lens. And if you, and it's all really based on this person's gonna let me down. This person's gonna hurt me. I might get rejected. He might abandon me. She might abandon me. They might abandon me. I'm hearing all of these things happening in everything that you're saying.
And you want to know what that looks like to me?
Please tell us.
Me living in reality. But like, not the delusion, and I feel like that's the thing.
Right.
The idea of the fairy tale life, the idea that someone's going to be with you forever. To me, that is someone living for this dream that I don't think is an obtainable one. At the end of that dream, it'll be a nightmare. Like So to me, the idea that you find this one person, you stay with them forever, and they're the best thing since sliced bread, and all. To me, that's living in delusion.
But you know what?
but like,
It's not though, man.
hold on though. Is that you truly talking, or is that your fear, your scarcity, your abandonment, and as well as your trauma issue speaking? Ain't nobody said relationships are going to be roses, peaches, and cream, right? Like, it's going to be ups, there's going to be downs, there's going to be ins, there's going to be outs. There's going to be all of that. Unless what you're saying is that you can never love anybody within your life ever for fear of it ending ever. And you don't even believe that's true because you have friends, you have family, you have community. I'm sure that you have homegirls within your life that you say love you. But wait, the problems come in within direct connection to a man. Gentlemen, listen to me. It is not up to you to fix these women. You are not a psychologist. You are not a therapist. You ain't a damn physicist either, because she gonna take a PhD in physicist in order to help this shit. But if y'all meeting women like this and giving them the damn time of day, and God forbid getting down on bended knee from these hurt, scarcity-minded women, then you just made your bed, so you gonna have to lie in it. Let's go.
Andy, you have amazing and beautiful friendships.
You ready? Again, too. Not only that, and when those friendships end, heaven forbid, I get to keep my home, my bank account.
So that's my question.
So they don't get to take anything from me. When I built, again, I've had a business that I was excited about, that flourished, that was a healthy relationship in the beginning that didn't end that way.
Right.
And then things got taken from me.
Yeah.
Oh.
I got, that person was someone that I was like, wow, this is the same person.
Yeah.
And so for me, having even experienced, to me, what is a divorce, having to go to court, having to deal with lawyers, having to deal with that, to me, that's what marriage is. And so for
Interesting. But didn't you form a business relationship with this young lady that's over here? I think that she should be very mindful of the way that she's speaking, because to not think that that same mindset, she won't utilize that in the future for this podcast. Let's proceed.
Me too. I believe that I also want the autonomy to be able to leave when I want to,
Uh-oh.
when I can. Like, to be honest
Look
with
at her
you,
face.
baby, me and Weezy done grown this thing. We married. And I say it, this is our baby that stayed together, but there's been so many times like where I've wanted to leave and I'm like, damn, I can't, because, oh baby, lawyers got to get involved. Like, and I think there's a freedom that I want to always be able to have to just go and do what I want to do. Mm-hmm. And so for me, the getting married, maybe it's cowardly to just be able to say, I want to be able to leave when it gets hard. Maybe, I don't know. But nothing about being tied to a person, my assets being tied to a person, my livelihood being at risk of all the things feels healthy for me. And I want to be able for my partner to leave when he wants to leave.
So
Now what she's saying, I can understand to a degree, because you're speaking about something that negatively impacted you. So going into the future with that learning, with that life lesson, you're going to make different decisions. However, your decision-making comes from trauma and abandonment. It doesn't come from taking a calculated decision based off of the things that you've learned. The context of what you're judging your next steps for specifically seems to only be in relationship with men because you formed another business contract with the young lady sitting over here to the left of you. So the logic is inconsistent unless you're saying that men are by nature more evil or less trustworthy than women. And if that's what you think, you can think that all that you want. But then that's when I talked to my guys and I said, you have to be able to tease these behaviors out or these mindsets out in the beginning before you waste time and money on these women. Quick emergency meeting. I was recently searching for my name online and found way too much personal information, which brought me down this weird rabbit hole of how that could have happened, and found out that there's companies out there called data brokers that will sell your data to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. And it's a nasty, disgusting feeling knowing that there's bad actors out there selling my information, selling your information for profit. But that's why I'm recommending today's sponsor, Aura. Now, I use Aura to automatically remove my information from these sites and keep my information off. But they do other things as well, such as bank fraud and identity theft alerts, VPN access. But guys, utilize my link down in the description box down below for a 14-day trial. At least see if you've been compromised. Privacy is king in this day and age, and you should know if your information is out there. So again, utilize my link, aura.com/MTR, in the description box down below to try 2 weeks free. That's way more than enough time to see if your personal data has been exposed. Go now. The mindsets of these women will expect full investment from you as a man, while they will only have their pinky toe in the water. They wear scarcity mindset as if it's a badge of honor. Like, these are the types of women that you'll get ready to marry. And meanwhile, she's thinking to herself, yes, I do. But also in the back of her mind, she's saying, well, I can always leverage a divorce if it doesn't work out. Modern women like this prioritize self-preservation within our society. And that's the same society that more often than not holds men to a higher standard, makes them be more accountable, and in fact paints men as the bad guys when something happens. This is why constructs like no-fault divorce, and then also men are not getting prenups, can be so damaging within a man's life, because she always has her finger on that off button.
And I hear everything that you're saying, and everything that you're saying is valid, and it's your experience, and I will never take that away from you.
Okay.
And at the same time, I think one of the most beautiful opportunities and blessings inside of love and marriage is it's all a mirror, right? People are going to hurt us. I have never had my heart broken in my life. I have never cried over a man.
What?
No,
No
girl.
way, girl.
No. Oh my God, no. I've cried over my lifestyle changing.
I don't
I've
think you
definitely
told
cried
him
over
that yet.
You ain't
Girl,
you never cried?
Hell no, I don't. I guess, and to be honest, this is my first time, because in my past, all of my relationships were me powerfully choosing, and I was like, I can build the love. This is the first
Oh, so you
time.
you didn't go in loving them.
No, I built it.
You
Okay.
built love?
Yeah, in my mind,
Yeah.
this is what I don't think I've ever been in love until Brock.
Oh.
Because Brock is the first man, as my friend, I was like, I'm never talking to this man again.
What's
He
your
pissed me off. I'm a Cancer.
What makes you say yes to
Sign
men
shit.
proposing to you if you don't love them?
I love them. I said in love with them.
That's
the
a good
only
question.
reason.
I need to know.
No.
That's not semantics.
No. And the only
Bruh.
reason why I'm saying that is because I like, when I walked away, nothing really changed for me.
So let me ask you, what does marriage then mean to you? If marriage means that you're in love with this person,
Yes.
you want to spend the rest of your life with
Yes.
them, what made you say yes to the previous
That's
two
a good
men,
question.
knowing
Yes.
that you weren't in love with them? If marriage to you is a union of love.
Marriage wasn't anything more than the thing that you check off.
Uh-oh.
In the
Okay.
past, it was all about doing what society says. Get married, start a family. Get married, start a family. It wasn't about the person, and that's the problem. If you're not after aligned core values, similar, just the way of being, alignment. Like, if you're not in it with this person that believes on a core heart level what you believe, it's never going to work.
Hold on.
Over time.
Hold
So
on.
I agree with you in saying, oh, that person is going to leave, oh, that person this, oh, that person that. I can understand where that is if you're not choosing the person that's in alignment for you.
But that's the
Okay.
whole thing too.
Now, hopefully, gentlemen, y'all listen to what it is that she is saying. She was proposed to, I believe it was 2 times. I could be wrong. It was at least 1 time before, and she said yes. Now, y'all saw my eyes perk up when she said that she cried over a lifestyle change within the same junction. And I believe that those tears come from the shedding of the film of Modern Woman, shedding all of the marketing, all of the advertisements, all of the ideas of what you should be as a woman or what you should expect out of a man, and opting for something, a set of behaviors and or actions that a man would actually enjoy. The other ladies to the left haven't let go of that spirit of Lilith and Delilah yet, but women are getting proposed to not for the right reasons, but because they're checking off a checkbox on whatever society has told them equates up to success. Now, while I'm happy that some women will figure it out for themselves, some never will, or they'll figure it out too late. But that's what also makes the conversation so interesting, because she's calling out to the other woman why her mindset is leading her down this dark, lonely, single cat shepherd woman path.
Dumb. I do believe
You just said she's not the brightest thing. She's not the brightest thing all the time.
but I think she's made comments that are. Let me just cut this. I don't think she's a dum-dum. If you have 2 children by a man and wouldn't take marriage to secure your children, your future, your place in their life, and not literally only, frankly, their livelihood, you are a dum-dum.
Marriage does not secure that.
Not saying that you
Take
you
DJ
haven't.
Mustard's wife, for example. There are a lot of women who had children by a man that at the end of that marriage are not being taken care of, are not in a secure place because they're no longer married. Marriage is not the solution to being secure forever, whether you are a baby mom or not. A man could literally sit here, marry you, die the next day. It's not.
Well, guess what? It's closer than what she got now.
But this idea of closeness, this idea of a hierarchy of a relationship.
Can I just say one thing though? Because the only thing that I don't understand, and we got to it a little bit on the podcast
do all these skits.
episode.
She don't get on enough podcasts. We got to hear Jasmine talk.
I would love to hear Jasmine talk. Hell, we got to do
Jasmine is Cam Newton's lady, I believe.
A group circle of trying to understand.
And we have to be able to believe her.
I'm trying to understand.
Like the way you believe that I don't want to be married and because I have reasons.
But I never said that though. You
but
said
also,
it.
No.
But also, I do think, Mandy, I think you're scared of marriage. I think you would be married.
No, I don't want nobody taking my shit. Like even
that's not marriage.
No, it is marriage. When you combine shit like
from how you've created, but that is not marriage. Marriage is a covenant under whatever God you believe in, where you are committed to this person for life. For you to have those experiences, to witness life.
I can have those experiences without signing a piece of paper.
I mean, whether or not you sign a piece of paper or not, that's not my point.
Yeah,
my point is
wearing a ring doesn't make it. Calling a nigga my hubby and I'm his wifey, like this idea. And that's the thing, like, so
But marriage is more security for families.
But that's why I said that.
But can I just say
sound
my
like
point?
society?
No, this is my point. The only thing that I would say, y'all know me. I'm not judging. I don't care what anybody does with their life. Y'all do you. I'm gonna do me. Look, I got married in 6 days. You know what I mean? Like, who am I to tell who or how to do what?
Wait, what?
What I will say is, the thing that hurts my heart with this relationship, because I know you could tell Cam loves her, and I don't know her at all. I would assume that obviously she loves him. And the way that society is, I don't understand why, when we're all saying, did she want to be married? Does she want to be married? Because Cam said on my podcast, yeah, she probably does want to be married. Most women want to be married. So if he's saying that on the show, and we could probably equate that to she does also want to be married, then why allow society to talk about her that way?
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. Just because this is a no kink shaming podcast, she may have a humiliation kink. I'll stick it up for her. She may have a humiliation kink.
Danny, that's not sticking up for her.
Yes, it is. He goes on the goddamn internet every week and embarrasses her. She might get off by that and suck his dick when he comes home. Oh my God, they're talking so much shit about me now. Like, she might have. No. There could be a humiliation kink. This could be a thing where they joke about the internet not getting them. This might be why she is no longer that voice that went on stage that created skits. She may be someone that likes to be like, y'all can say whatever y'all want. This man loved me down. And to be fair, whether we think it's embarrassing or not, that man loves her down and tells it all, like he's chosen her. She's good. Yep. She don't want, like, all the things.
But we know that there's one place that he won't go with her, and it's marriage. And his answer to it even.
But I just
the fact that Lex and Drea can sit there and get you stumbled about a woman you live with and have 2 children with.
What was the stumbling?
Well, you know what I mean? Like, maybe, it was just like, it wasn't even just a clear cut. And also to that point of being embarrassing, talking about being sure. How dare you put 2 children in me, make life with me, and then act as though you aren't sure if I could even have a paper from you.
What does the paper mean?
That's what we're talking about. I'm just making marriage basic in terms of paper. You love me. I'm this. I'm good enough to be here. I'm good enough to make your meals, raise your children, can do everything for you.
Yeah.
Be your partner, but you're not sure about that?
Yeah.
That to me is a slap in the face.
That's tough.
So now we've previously gone over that Cam Newton conversation, so I'm not going to rehash it here. But I think the more important thing is that, especially the young lady on the left, I think she's missing the ultimate point, right? And it's not so much of kind of the meaning of the contract and with marriage, right? Like, because it's clear, like, she's probably not religious, right? So she comes from a much more non-secular position, and that's fine. The real issue is that through her hurt, her trauma, her abandonment issues, right? All of the things that she's experienced, which now has a negative picture painted across from men, her maturity has regressed to not listen to the set of behaviors or standards that men, especially men of value, will have for women. So within that, she bucks up towards a man's authority. She will buck up towards a man's standards. Be feminine, ew, ninjas ain't shit. Wait, what? Men like women that are modest and have lowest body counts. Here, let me write this book about all of my holes being entered. Feminist women who have not dealt with their bullshit will often exhibit masculine characteristics, which she obviously does. I mean, she has the mindset of a man, or more accurately, a toxic masculine position, while also adhering to this kind of victim, right? This victimization of herself or whatever her role was within it.
For me, I'm not gonna say what's a slap in the face or what's humiliating. All I'm saying is the internet goes in on her, and one way that could drastically change is if he married the girl. Because if she really is, like he said on my podcast, the tip of the spear, no one's above her, she is the number one, then why continue to allow people to talk about her?
This conversation reminds me of how patriarchy
There we
has
go.
us fucking brainwashed. Because
There
the
we
fact
go.
that then you're saying
What'd I say?
everyone will stop talking shit about her if he puts a ring on her finger reminds me that because I've chosen not to be married, society is always going to look at me as, bitch, you boo-boo the fool, bitch, you less than, bitch, because a man didn't put this on your finger. And
It's
y'all
true.
are infiltrating something that removes the autonomy of women now not having to just be wives and mothers.
It's not
It's the fact-
patriarchal if there's a power dynamic in that specific relationship that we could see. Like, we see it. So to me, it's not patriarchal. There's a power dynamic. We watched her talk about submissiveness. So we already are creating the patriarchy in the way she described their relationship.
We talk about sub and dom, even if I even go into the humiliation kink, you've also said here, as someone who's more sub, the sub has more power than the dom. You've sat here and said, in my submissiveness, I hold the power. I get to run the shots. So if we've seen
We're
her talk
talking
about
in asking for sex,
if we've sat here and talked and seen, we've talked about submissiveness as someone coming in to be the cleaner. And like, there's so many ways to be submissive. And when she said, I packed that man's luggage, if he wants me to turn on the light when he walks in the room, there's a submission thing, but we've talked about submissives actually being the more powerful one in the relationship. And so for me, we can't say that and then feel like there's this power dynamic that's not there because she doesn't have a ring.
I think she should just come out and say she doesn't want to be married. And I think if she just came out and said
To get y'all from stop talking shit?
no, but if she doesn't want to be married, then all of this makes sense. And you're 1000% right. But if she does desire to be married, then she is already moving like a wife. She's giving him children. She cleans the house.
She lives
does
with
the
him.
this. She does everything. And this goes back to why I don't think people should live together before they're married. Get a roommate. Get a girlfriend. I'm not talking about sexual girlfriend, a female friend that lives in the house with you. Get a gay friend that lives in the house with you. Do not move in with the person that you're dating, because why would you buy the cow if you get the milk for free? Now, there are exceptions to the rule. Most of us are not exceptions.
Okay.
Okay. It's wild to get to the end of those talking points, and you can only summarize what's happening either through a lens of patriarchy or either through a lens of like sexuality, dom and sub, right? I've said it once and I'll say it again. Marriage is a tool, and depending upon the job that you need done, right, within your life, you can utilize a tool, the correct tool, in order to get it done. And within that, for my fellas out there was a lot of women that are walking around on these streets right now that want the title of being married, but wife duties sold separately. They want the benefits of the title while still having a pinky toe into the relationship. And when they hit that delete button, and they do it 70% of the time in 50% of marriages, then guess what? You're going to be the person that gets all of the blame more often than not. And we know that through the family court system. At the end of that, things gonna happen to you, and it more than likely will not be in your favor if, as a man, you are the breadwinner. So choose and vet correctly. A woman that cannot define what marriage means to her, one that blames the patriarchy for the reason that she acts the way that she acts, these are the ones that you never take seriously, and you kick them to the side of the road. If they hit you up, they DM you, you might dust a couple off here and there, all right, just to have some fun time, right? Take advantage of their sexual liberation for your own pleasure, baby. But use them for what they are destined to be used for it is not up to you to fix them and their trauma. It's not up to you to create boundaries and expectations for those that don't want it, who live a boundaryless life. And stop negotiating your standards for women that cannot give you peace and respect, all right? Because that is not a negotiation. All right, guys, let me know what you think down up in the comment box down below. let's continue to have these different conversations. I appreciate y'all for continuously coming back in here, supporting your boy. But yes, let me know your comments in regards to this one. I want to see what you guys think about this one, all right? And last but not least, I will see you guys soon. Link to the full podcast down in the description box down below as well. Tell them good old MTR sent you, all right? Until next time, peace.
So, without further ado, MTR, cut through the BS like we in charge. No cap with the rappers like steel bars. I'm packing and rapping like here we are. Mediocre tutorial reviews. Like, comment, share my views. Come up and I paid my dues. Big step in my black way shoes. MTR, he break it down, yeah, it's MTR. Check out the sound when it's MTR. No one put it down like it's MTR.